Hey guys, it's Smithy here, and today I'm going to be doing another commentary type video. So I'm going to have the actual footage, and then I'm going to do a voiceover of it. So in the background I will be playing Blacklight Retribution, which is a free-to-play game on Steam, and this was a couple of games in. I'd not really played much of it, so I'm pretty bad at the moment, but it's a really fun game. The graphics are really good, and the gameplay feels really nice, so I hope you enjoy that in the background. But today what I wanted to talk about was the Xbox One versus the PS4. So I know since the two have come out there's been arguments and wars over which one you prefer, and I'm going to talk about that today. So I'm going to start off with the exclusives. So the Xbox actually has the better of the exclusives, and in case you think I'm favouring Xbox, I do have an Xbox One, but I do like both consoles. Having played the PS4, it's a brilliant console as well. So this is down to personal choice, but this is what swayed me. So yeah, the exclusives, the Xbox has, I mean, even from launch it had better things like Dead Rising 3, Forza, Rise, and then soon to come Titanfall, and just early DLC, I think, still for Call of Duty. I'm not 100% sure on that, but FIFA Legends and stuff like that, it's just general better exclusives. And on the PS4 they had Knack and Killzone, which were, having read reviews and playing a bit of Killzone, their Killzone is very average, like very mundane. It's okay. It's nothing more than okay, and Knack's just awful. I don't even know why they released that with the PS4, because it kind of just let down the whole console. But from these exclusives you might be thinking, oh, it doesn't mean anything in the long term, the PS4 will still be better. Well, I mean, these people at the top of the gaming industry, they know what they're talking about. I mean, EA and the like, and Activision, they know what they're doing. They know gaming better than any of us, and they, by the looks of it, have decided to invest in the Xbox One. They'll only invest in the things that they think, or the one that they will think will outlast the other one, so they can get more money from it. And by the looks of that, they think it's the Xbox One, and I think that's a key point, because they know the industry better than anyone else, so they obviously know what they're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for exclusives. And then so the looks. The PS4 undoubtedly looks better than the Xbox One, or although the Xbox One is by no means ugly. It's a box shaped DVR almost. But I quite like the grilled design with the matte black and the gloss black, which both consoles have gone for, and I'm not sure which one did it first before you start that argument of they stole it from the PS4, they stole it from the Xbox One. I honestly don't know which one had it first. So there's that, and the PS4 is slightly angled, which gives it kind of a sleek look, makes it nice and easy to fit into different places. And that's another thing, size. The Xbox One is actually bigger than the original Xbox 360, and the PS4 is a lot smaller and more compact, and it doesn't come with a power brick, which may be a key point for a lot of people. Is the power bricks do take up a lot of space, but for me, I do have a lot of space going spare, so it doesn't really affect me in any way. But for people that are in tight bedrooms or whatever, and they can't fit the power brick and stuff in, then that might be something you need to take into account. So the hardware and the graphics, the PS4 technically has the better hardware, although it is debatable as to how much difference there is. They both have 8 gig of RAM, and I'm not sure how many core processors, but they're almost exactly level on with specs. But the PS4 does have faster RAM and a slightly more optimized graphics processing unit, so it will render the games better than the Xbox One, and play most games in 1080p, and the Xbox will only play in 720p. But having seen both, the difference is minute. It's not even noticeable in some cases. I mean, sure, there is a tiny bit of a difference, but I mean that's only if you're being extremely picky. And sometimes the Xbox picture even looks better because they have the contrast better than on the PS4. The PS4 contrast makes the picture quality seem, I don't know, less less good. Doesn't even make sense, but it was less good. So yeah, for graphics wise, there is almost no difference, and I'd say that the level exactly level, or maybe slightly towards the PS4. The controller. So I've had an Xbox 360 from the start, never had a PS3, and the controller, it was the biggest point for me. Having played PS3s, the cheap plastic controllers and I know they're both plastic, but they feel really tacky, and the analog sticks aren't very tactile, and they're just very loose. And I think the PS4 controller is undoubtedly better than the PS3 controller, but I still don't like the design. The DualShock doesn't do it for me. I mean, having two analog sticks in the most unnatural position, you can't play like properly. It just doesn't feel right. But on the other hand, the Xbox 360 controller is what we're talking about. The Xbox One controller is the complete opposite. It fits perfectly into your hand. It's ergonomically designed, and so when you rest your fingers on it, they actually sit on the side of the triggers, which is just a really natural position for them to be in. The bumpers are really tactile, all the buttons are extremely springy, and both analog sticks are nice and loose, but not too loose that you don't have any control, and the grips are yeah, they're extremely grippy, if you'll pardon the pun. And the D-pad is a massive improvement, because the old Xbox 360 D-pad, I don't even know what that was. It was just a mass of plastic, and you had to guess which way you were pressing it. But now it's each individual side is pointed out. And the one thing I would say about the 360 controller is the bumpers. The bumpers, you can't press them from every angle like you could on the 360, and sometimes that gets annoying, like in COD sometimes when you just need to throw a quick grenade, you might hit it on top by accident and it doesn't actually throw it, or in FIFA when you're going for a finesse shot, it doesn't do it, it just mucks up. So yeah, that is one thing I would say about the controller, but other than that, I think it's a brilliant controller. Oh, and they've added an inbuilt kind of battery pack, so it doesn't stick out on the controller anymore, which just makes it feel a lot better. And they've also added a micro USB port on the top, so that you can actually play without batteries, which is brilliant, really, because if I run out of batteries, then usually I'm screwed, because I just either get destroyed on COD or concede lots of goals on FIFA. But now you can just reach for your micro USB, and slot it in, and you're away. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the Kinect and the PS4 equivalent, which I think is called the Eye. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I don't think it is called the Eye. I'm thinking about it now. But anyway, yeah, the Kinect, the voice commands are brilliant, and I've actually set it up with my TV so that I can say Xbox on, and it will turn on my Xbox, and I think it just turned on my Xbox right now. So yeah, and it will turn on my TV as well, and my sound system. So that's a really good feature. So you literally can be lying in bed and just say Xbox on and have a controller on your lap, and you're straight into the game. Another thing I like about the Kinect is the ability to snap things, which is basically using half the screen for a different application than the one you're using. And I have used that quite a lot for things like Internet Explorer whilst watching a movie or something like that. And it's a really nice, handy feature. Yeah, and I think the PS4, having seen some videos, this is only going by videos, but the voice commands aren't quite as accurate as on the Xbox, and they do sometimes get muddled up and kind of do the wrong command. That does happen on the Kinect, but not as much as on the PS4 from what I've heard. But that is only from what I've heard. I can't put money on that's correct, but it seems that way. So the actual features, the dashboards. So on the Xbox, it goes for the Windows 8 style theme with the tiles and all that stuff. So I don't like Windows 8, and it moderately annoys me, but I have got used to it, and it's okay, and that's all I can say. So the user interface is okay. On the PS4, it's okay again, nothing special, but I think the Xbox slightly edges it, because now when you press the home button, so the big X in the middle of the controller, it actually takes you all the way back home, and because of the kind of no loading time, so I can go home, open another app, and then go back into my game, and I can be straight in where I left off, which is possibly the most handy feature on the whole of the Xbox or the PS4. But there is a thing in beta on the Xbox One called, I think it's Quick Start, and basically you can turn off your Xbox, having been in the middle of a game of FIFA, and then when you turn it back on and click on FIFA, you'll be straight back in that game with no loading times. But at the moment it is a bit glitchy, and it does glitch out a bit. But sometimes it works, but as I say, it's only in beta. And so yeah, that's all I want to talk about really, and I'm just gonna summarize it. So the Xbox is superior in the long term, in my opinion, by the backing it's got and just general games for it. But the PS4, if you're just a gamer and that's all you want to do, and you can pick up an Xbox controller for it, then I'd definitely go for the PS4. I mean, the Xbox is a media hub as well now, so it's not just focused on gaming, but it's focused on Skype, YouTube, Twitch, and the like. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.